Redman Lee is a tea in the land of cube trees, killing drags, fucking slags, and sailing the seas.
Howdy guys, we're back at the giant ass stone head, which is done now. Instead of putting a hopper mechanism, I just opted for a little hidden lever. Simply because I'm going to have to be coming in here quite often to get gunpowder and other loot. So I figured I would just make it a lot easier to get in. Those sheep are annoying. And did a bit of decorating in here. Got some lighting fixtures, some more here, and a whole bunch of storage. And to be even more sneaky, we have a crafting table there and one up here, but I'm probably going to change this one to a furnace. And same deal over here. And what we have at the end here is what the spawner is going to end up looking like. So I came up with this design, pretty straightforward. These pads will all be another block higher, and where the torches are on the middle will just be a slab to prevent spiders from spawning because I don't want them clogging up the system. Where this cobblestone is, that will actually go all the way to the ceiling, and this will just be filled in on 3 of the sides, with this one remaining open because this one is already dug out a fair bit of the way. I'm not sure if it's the full depth yet, because I'm not sure what the full depth of this spawner is going to be, but that's big enough to fit a circular minecart track that will just spiral all the way up here, because I want to use a minecart with a chest, storage minecart, that I can just stand here, press a button, and it'll go from the bottom being filled up by hoppers all the way up to here, and I can just check on it, get my loot, put it away, press the button again, and send the cart all the way back down. And I've done some testing in creative and all that to make sure things work. And as for the spawner itself, where these torches are on the ground, so here, there, and in the other corners as well, those are where water is going to be. There'll be holes here and here all the way around, and then there will also be another bit of water right where this dirt block is right now. So this pad will actually not exist on this layer, it'll be bumped up one, but that water will flow out just, all the water will all flow out just to the edge of those holes, so I won't need to put any signs or anything to make sure that the water stops. It'll just stop on its own, so that the mobs will all get pushed off. So now that that's all laid out, I'm actually gonna have to dig most of that up and just mine down in the shape of the spawner room, and then start just building up layers, most likely out of wood, just because jungle wood I can get a ton of, and I can keep it on my inventory as the wood blocks and then break it down into planks to actually build, and just build up as many layers as I can, because each layer has 168 spawnable squares. So if I do 10 levels, that'll be about 1680 spawnable spots, which if I light up all the caves in the area, which I'll have to do because I think quite a few of them are dark right now, either just because I'm lazy or for other reasons entirely, or because I haven't found them yet, obviously. But once I light up enough caves, this should be chugging along at a pretty good pace. So with that little update done, I'm going to get to work on finishing up this little side alcove thing. And I will see you in just a second. Alright, little alcove thing's done, as well as the first level of the spawner. I have it lit up right now for obvious reasons. I've even got the water in. I've got the jungle wood platforms here, but on all the other levels I'll just stick with cobblestone because I have way too much of it, and it actually takes a ton of jungle wood just to make this. So as you can see, we've got water coming out of there and here, and we've got water in the direct exact center just underneath this platform here, and all the water flows into these holes, which currently just leads into a giant pit. So I dug out 6 layers. So this is 6 layers of the spawner, which I think that's all I'm gonna do, because that gives me over 1,000 spawnable areas on the spawner pad thingamajigs, and it still gives me plenty of room to drop the mobs and kill them, and also plenty of room underneath that to make all my hopper contraptions and the minecart contraption and whatnot. So with that pretty much out of the way, all I have to do now is just build my way up through the different layers and start getting this thing, and then put all the water in, which is probably what's going to be the most annoying thing, just because I'll keep falling down. But I doing the first one, I think I got a pretty decent system working. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. Use up a whole bunch of That was a bad move. Use up a whole bunch of cobblestone. Get things worked out. And actually, while I was digging down these, I came across an abandoned mine shaft, which I hadn't previously found, which means I have like 5 in the area or something like that, which is annoying because that's a whole bunch of areas I need to light up. It's just that this thing works better. But I came across an abandoned mine shaft that has a spider spawner that's pretty close to this spawner, but not close enough that it'll interfere with it, just like as far as digging goes. So I could make a cave spider spawner XP / string farm. I'm not sure if I'll end up doing that, but since this spawner is designed to not spawn spiders, and I've already got a zombie spawner in the crucible and a skeleton spawner XP farm, which I spent a ton of time at because I had to repair. Oh, that's no good. Just hearing zombies all around. Yeah, it's somewhere like through here. I'm not really gonna bother with it. I actually, up here on the wall where there's a whole bunch of cobblestone there, I actually bumped into the stairway down to the crucible, but I managed to sort things out. It only bumped into it by 1, so I was able to get things fixed and get a workaround going, so it still looks nice and it doesn't interfere anymore. As you can tell, I'm still a bit stuffed up. What the? Oh, okay, that's just lighting glitch made me think it was sticking out a bit too far. But yeah, since this doesn't, since the only spawner I don't have is a spider spawner, I might use the cave spider spawner that I found just as a way of getting string and spider eyes. But if I don't use it, doesn't really matter. I've got it torched up, so it's just there if I ever want to use it. Alright, so I'm going to start working on getting these levels done, and I'll be back hopefully with everything set up so I can start working on all the more important redstone and hopper trickery. So I'm just going to take another quick little break and do a whole bunch of manual labor, just like the Egyptians used to do. Alright, I'm finished building all the individual platforms for the spawner. As you can see, if we just go down here, they all look the same. So I'm not going to waste time going through all of those. We just hop back up here. We can go to the more important part, which is down this ladder. And I realized that after falling off the ladder so many times, that would probably be better to just put vines on the side, which are slowly growing their way down. They aren't done yet, but they will be eventually. And as you can see, I've already started the track to get our loot up, and I've also started working on this, the big iron cross of hoppers. So I dug out a little section under here. The snow blocks right above it is where there's the hole that leads up to the spawners, or the spawner. They aren't all dug fully out yet, though. I know these two aren't. So I'll have to do that. Oh, wait, no, I think that one is. I'll have to figure it out. I'll probably just put some water blocks down here, just so I don't die when I come down. But we've got every hopper faces into this chest, which we can't access because all the sides of it are covered. And then that leads down into this hopper, which leads down to here, which is where we're going to have to start doing some work. Wait, what am I doing? You don't need to do that. We can just pop that there. It'll need to be powered somehow, so just make a quick lever, as you do. Pop that there and turn it on. And we need regular. We don't have any regular rails. Are you kidding me? Okay. Well, what's going to happen is I have to put some redstone along here. Actually, we should probably use one of these bad boys, a repeater. It's been a while since I've done some redstone. Give me a break. Just pop that there, and then get some redstone action going along here. Or not. Because apparently I can't break that torch because my aim is crap. Anyway, so that's going to have to lead along there because I need to have the redstone, actually even one beside that. So I'm going to have to dig out some more there, which I'll have to do off camera. And signal all the way down here from up top, so that when I press a button at the top, this rail gets powered, and since it's against the block, it'll automatically send the storage minecart along and all the way up this, since this is completely powered, and then to me up at the top. So if we just go up until we stop seeing powered rails being put on the track, which is right about here. We can start putting those in. Oh, I've got my handy vines here, which aren't entirely helpful, but just start plopping these on. Missed any down there? Nope. And I also need more levers. Alright. Okay, so damn it. Alright, I'll finish this up and I'll get the... oh, shit. Well, that's why I had the vines there, obviously. Alright, I'll finish working on that a bit more and get back to you when it's just a bit more finicky redstone stuff. Alright, after doing a hell of a lot of redstoning, we have a button here and subtract there, and this repeater goes around and around and around and around and around, and it gets to here, gets pulled along to go further down and around, and it comes along here, goes through an inverter to this redstone torch, which is underneath that powered rail, which links up to the rest of the big spiral. And this redstone wire goes all the way down to the bottom, where it does a similar inverter redstone torch thing under the other unpowered powered rail, if that makes any sense. The one directly underneath the central hopper and chest. So, if I press this button, and we wait, and we wait, and we keep waiting, and we wait a little bit longer, because it's coming from almost bedrock, and there it is. See? Just like that. Let's put a stake in there. And we press this button again, and off it goes. And it's really messy and tight in here, but if we hop down, we have our little trapdoor here, which leads all the way down to the inner workings, and we have this over here, which is the living dangerously. Everything down there is blacked out, so we just got to black out this part and fill this in, and the mob spawner will be up and running. So let's go ahead and get on that. Gotta be careful, gotta be crouching. ABC, always be crouching. Take out that torch. Break that. Oh. Don't want to block myself in here. Take out that torch too. Oh, that one went in the water. Break that. Head back across. Break that dirt block. I'm on peaceful right now just because if any skeletons like spawned in those corners that I just made dark, they could easily shoot me into the spawner, which would be a minor inconvenience because all I would have to do would be come back here and press a button and I would get all my stuff back, because it would all just float down through the system, get all hoppered up, and then be returned to me. by my cart. And last one here. There we go. In the water. And this side too. This side's actually got to be done quite a bit more. Can I get up there? No. Oh well, there's just going to be one little, or a couple little hollow spots. Doesn't matter, because we are just about finished the mob spawner. So let's just get that. Break you. Don't care where you went. And plug you up. And careful now. Hop up and around. Do. Fill this in. But not that. And get that piece of beef back. So we've built a nice little Olmec style head and a nifty little mob spawner that works like a peach. See, everything's returned to me. I got my steak back. So that's all up and running now. I'll just be able to have this collecting my goods whenever I'm on a difficulty other than peaceful. So it's done. Finished. Episode's over. Toodles.